Hi there, this is Chris from MoneyHub, and this video looks at travel insurance excesses and specifically the free excesses which some travel insurance policies offer with regards to certain benefits. So it's best if I just show you exactly what I mean, and we'll take the example here of Southern Cross. So you can see that for certain benefits, there's a tick for the excess and there's a cross for the excess. So what that means is that if you are going to make a claim, say in this example for cash, then you can see that the excess has a tick, which means that you'll be liable to pay an excess. Now, if you've dropped your excess down to, say, zero, that's fine, you wouldn't pay it. But if you kept it at, say, $100 or $250, well, then you would. And you can see that there's a maximum cover. So that would be taken out, basically whatever your claim would be, less the excess, is what you're left with. But some benefits, and for example, personal accident, personal liability, and also rental vehicle excess, it's got a cross beside the excess. That means that you won't need to pay an excess. So if you had a $0 excess, buyout, then that would not actually affect you because you wouldn't pay anything anyway. But if you did have excess level, say set at say $250 or $100, and you made one of these claims, then you wouldn't pay the excess. So if I just go through what some of these are, and I think it's probably most interesting to look at rental vehicle excess. So that's when you have an accident with your rental vehicle or there's some damage to it, and you get charged by the rental car company to fix it. They usually charge a whole bunch of money to your credit card and then refund what the actual cost was. Here, you can see that Southern Cross pays out $10,000 for this policy, and the excess has got a cross. So that means you wouldn't pay, say if your excess was $250, you wouldn't pay anything on that because they've decided that this benefit is going to be excess free. If I look at personal liability, if you're being sued by something for something that you've done, at the same time, there's also no excess. And then if we look at something around personal accident, then you can see that claim for loss of income or loss of life or total permanent disablement, that also has a cross there, which means you will not be needing to pay the excess for a claim. Now, if I go over to One Cover, they have a similar sort of table. I think it's best if I just enlarge this. And so what you can see here is a whole bunch of benefits. And I think I'll enlarge it slightly more just so we get a full picture. And we can see that for the excess, it's going to be a yes or it's going to be a no. So for overseas medical assistance, then there's no excess on that. And that means, so to clarify, that's looking at them choosing someone or appointing someone to look after you and sort of consult as in terms of their assistance. So there'd be no excess for that. But if you start, incurring hospital expenses, then yes, there will be charges for that. So you will have to pay the excess for that. And then resumption of journey, say you have to terminate your trip and then come back to New Zealand and then leave again, then yes, there's going to be a waiver of the excess there. They're saying that there's no excess, so you wouldn't have to pay to make a claim for that. And it's a similar story if you want hospital cash, if you're in hospital and you need some money for the general expenses, and then anything around permanent disability, accidental death, loss of income, there's no excess there. And then a thief of cash. So whereas some policies won't give you a no excess, you can see that the benefit from One Cover here is $250, and there's a no, there's no cost. So if you do have an insurance policy with One Cover and say the excess is $100, you wouldn't pay that $100 to be able to claim whatever cash was lost within the limit of that $250. And then you can also see that there's there's also no excess for luggage and personal effects. So daily expenses there if they're not in your in your possession. Say they've been misplaced or say they're delayed, then it's an allowance there as well. So, and then other things. So for disruption, then you wouldn't be paying a fee for the excess, and then also for cabin confinement, loss of enjoyment. That's if you've done the cruise add-on pack, then there's some extra benefits there, which of course you pay for, and then some other things like formal. So if your nice clothes get delayed or they don't make it onto the boat, then it sounds like you'll get some compensation there without any excess to pay. Whereas the ski pack, it looks like you would have to pay excess for every type of claim there. So that's pretty much a summary, and it really is just we've put this video together to kind of explain that there are some sweet spots within the insurance, and the fact that if it's not always going to be a situation of, oh, I have a claim for $200, but my excess is 200, so should I even claim? Sometimes you can find that within certain benefits, there will be the ability to avoid the excess if it says no or it has a cross beside it. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll put this video together just to make these things clear. But if you do have any questions, please leave them down below. So we want to make sure that our guides are as comprehensive as possible, and so we always want to improve them. Thanks very much.